Yo, what is up guys? I'm bringing you a brand new video, and this time we got a unique one for you guys. I basically got 5 Crimson Bells at the Bloody Monastery while I was grinding in my previous grind hour, and I wanted to see what would happen if you popped all 5 at once. If you guys don't know what these bells do, they spawn monsters which then frantically run at you. You can see how many mobs just start running towards you with this many bells, and typically the bells are supposed to last around 5 minutes. But because we're popping 5, it somehow lasted 9 minutes, and in the 9 minutes that we were mowing down these mobs, we ended up getting 3 of the Elvia weapons, which is insane for that short period of time, but you can imagine that you're killing so many mobs that the drop rate chance is probably accelerated because of just the sheer amount of carnage. And basically, over the course of these 9 hours, I ended up getting over 110 million silver worth of drops. A lot of it was the trash loot, which was worth about 63 mil, but the other drops like the EMCs, the Thunderous lightning shards as well, we got a Seed of the Void, they ended up adding up to 110 by the time you add in the trash loot. And if we were to extrapolate this over the course of an hour, if I was somehow just continuously chaining bells together, because these mobs can drop bells, the ones that do run at you from the bells, we would have been able to make 750 million silver an hour, and that does not include any rare drops, and most of that money is in straight silver, stuff that is non-taxable, because the trash loot, the Thunderous shards, the Seeds of the Void, all of those are just straight silver, no taxes, and it would be absolutely insane. But yeah, anyway, I also wanted to mention in this video a question I get pretty often on stream about whether Bloody Monastery is better than Orcs, and pretty much my answer to that question is I think that Orcs is better by about 10%, but only if you are running human damage. These mobs are humans, which means that if you have human damage, it's going to be increasing your damage to these mobs, and also it kind of depends a little bit on the marketplace. Lunar necklaces, when they're around 200 mil, that's sort of the gauge of when this spot is a little bit better. But if lunars drop to about 150, then I would say that Orcs becomes better. And that's something to be said about Orcs, is if you don't have a lot of drop rate chance, a lot of the money in Orcs does come from the extra trash loot, and so you don't have to rely on more of the rare drop, which is the lunar neck here at Bloody. You also don't have to rely on the bell drops, which do, affect your trash loot. Also, even though Bloody Monastery can be better money per hour, it is pretty efficient to grind both Orcs and Bloody Monastery, because you get yourself the Furia shards from Orcs, and you get the Drain shards from Bloody, and you can combine those when you have 100 each into Cup of Dwindling Starlight, which then can be sold for about 1 billion silver. So realistically, it is pretty efficient to grind at both spots, and it's kind of nice to switch it up, especially if maybe your favorite rotation is taken at either spot. On the subject of bell drops, you're probably not going to want to do what I did here in this vid and save up your bells and pop them all. It's actually been tested pretty thoroughly that it is much more effective to pop your bells as you get them while you're normally grinding, and you generally want to do that when you do not have a weapon, because when you do get a weapon, you're killing the mob so fast and you're killing the bell mob so fast that your pets start to not be able to keep up again. So you can kind of see just how inefficient popping these many bells are for your pets. Like, as soon as there's a big wave that spawns, there's just a crazy amount of loot on the ground that I then have to manually pick up, and I can't even imagine how much money I lost by just being unable to pick up this loot. Maybe when we get tier 5 pets or something, it can be efficient to pop these bells like this, but while we are limited on pets, I definitely cannot see it being efficient. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys are really enjoying the video so far. I'm gonna end things off here by playing some music, and then I'll eventually open my inventory at the end here. You can see all the drops that I got. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure that you leave a like and make sure that you subscribe to the channel. We are trying to go for 10,000 followers this year, and it would mean a lot. So thank you guys, and we'll see you guys all later. Peace.
Away. mind won't apply, waiting for the clear. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is dying, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. I know that you're afraid, it feels like every day things are slipping away, you're slipping away. And you think back to a time that you were lost. Thoughts disorganized, can't seem to dry your eyes, and chaos is collapsing from your mind. And you say that you're fine, but now you're out of time, out of time, you're out of time.